Hello everypony and welcome back to Comic Studio, where the last three videos it was pretty embarrassing for some sort of anime reference in Comic Studio from even for the recent comments or the comics like those things as well, or some sort of content of some kind of not other stuff as well as we to do so as well. And but today this is absolutely for one more video, and it's gonna be the end of the day is never gonna be really possible as well, and we'll be able to be finding out shortly as well. We're going to jail as we're trying to do so as well. If we're gonna be saying jail, which means is actually going to be for Sigma jail, and I'm probably sure, it's not very sure, this isn't going to be for such as a little bit nice. And because of only recently that we have Agent Olive Cookie, and because around here that the jail content is going to be for around here, even this is not going to be for such as a little bit much right as well. It's absolutely going to be for one thing as well, and it's not going to get around here. Let's just try silly, and it's not going to be going pretty a little bit as well. As we're still going to be checking this out, Dandy's World, that is absolutely possibly for one thing as well. Or the Memerizer, as I'm not very going to be trying to do so as well. If we're going to be mixed to jail, and that doesn't pretty exist anymore. So, however, some sort of comic studios around here isn't going to be pretty exist around here for a very long time, as we're going to be going to do this for some sort of silly jail. If we need to find something as well, let's try something else that we're absolutely going to be finding out, as we're keeping on looking for it as well, and it's not going to be for around here. Even it's going to be taking too much as well, and I won't gonna be regret as well. So let's go to the oldest as well. We have done here in the Unbound rooms since Halloween. So we might gonna be going around here. The original silly jail was being terminated by itself, and it was probably a yes before this. So it was the bad news around here for something as well. That silly jail comic studio, if we're gonna be going to try to hold control and click on it, but as you can see, that silly jail comic studio was being terminated. And that was making its all sense because of this comic studio have just made no sense since October 20. If we just absolutely going to be turning into silly jail comic studio, it's all gone by itself and never going to be coming back forever as well. That unfortunately it has been terminated forever. And let's just gonna be scroll all the way down as well and look for this thing as hell. This is really hell as to do so. And we call this Mesmerizer Comic Studio. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. Let's get all the way to jump into Comic Studio, and this is gonna be far too cringe a little bit as well. So we have only two characters left, as we turning on the spoilers as well. Even though we're gonna be to hearing some music as well, so I might gonna be hearing this out after the end of this video as well. So but turns out she turns into a corrupt monster, as we never probably seen this Rye as well. In the last time's video that we didn't actually for made a little bit for very longer as well. So turns out that turns into some kind of a little bit of monster as well. So it was going to be for nothing a little bit as fun, but pretty obviously that we don't know as well. And because guess where we go, that we didn't know something about here as well, that where to go for around here for the burger store, police station, the hospital as well, or the hospitality as well. There aren't submitted sprites yet, but no it doesn't, because there must be submitted sprites all overall, including for this one, like Syrupy in Switzerland as well, turning into some kind of monsters as well, and probably the song Memerizer for like those things as well. But as you can see here, Mesmerizer is owned by 32KI, song Mesmerizer by 32KI, and animated art by Channel Castration, or the Channel Castation. The cast station, as we probably seen this for really it was. So we still have any one of those things as well. And no effects have been found available yet. So we can't just make a flipbook as well. Things have just turned into some kind of a little bit as well. Or turned into some kind of a little bit focus as well. So let's just going to be added a little bit of those three things. Have just made it a little bit quick as well. So even this is actually going pretty focused as well. Or we just going to be turning at night, as we've seen as really possible. So how we should be able to be added for some kind of a little bit crazy party as well, raining as hell, and turning it for crazy things as hell, so as well. So is this absolutely for more backgrounds, looks like, and this is how it is for something a little bit for pretty good as well. So I wouldn't be able to be added for some sort of characters for something, or maybe we should be added something a little bit as well, like racing, and which is absolutely still going to be for probably like this as well. The hill climb racing is going to be absolutely coming up next. Until that doesn't go to be for making it sure that I would be able to be finding out as well. But this is where I just playing for hill climb racing for a very short time, like anything as well. So we're added the Bugatti Veyron, the SRT-10 Viper, the 458 Italia. So it's supposed to be to move over here. Yeah, it's all gonna be over here. And another one is the Mustang itself, or just a Nissan R35 Nismo as well. The Murcielago could be over here, and the Mustang, could be right here. And that could be the final as well, that we just eventually save for that draft. Then turns out, we then use for one of the Cookie Run background images, and using for some sort of those characters from Mesmerizer as well, and turn them into some kind of tourism as well. Even that starts up with the music video, and another one is actually in for some sort of a bread lunchtime as well. I mean, the bread restaurant as well. This is actually for some sort of sandwich restaurant, and she took over for around Rose Cookie Stage, and she took over for the Cream Dreamy Cookie Land and around here for one time as well. They up on a show for some sort of for a music stylist between one of those girls. And do you know one of those characters? It was Hatsune Miku and Tato. And Tato was actually going to be for some sort of on-stage music for some crazy musical dancing experiencing in for some sort of show on as well. I'm probably sure that they do for some sort of a dance in a fashion show, and then onto the crown stage, that all the way for its battle of the musics will come to do so as well, or even it's absolutely going to be pretty ridiculous as well. So I'm probably that should be also gonna be at age of 18 as well, after we just eventually added for some sort of cars. After 19 minutes, that has been all the way for around almost 20 minutes as well. So that could be the end of this video as well, as I'm probably that we eventually using for the studio crossover instead of a Cookie Run characters that we didn't actually try to do as well. So the link is gonna be in description, and you might going to be for the age of 13 and years older and up all the way for around here to access the Comic Studio. And also that the main website is going to be linked in the description below. So thanks for watching and for all your support, and I'll be signing off as well, and I'm going to be talking to mini lads and Comic Studio users all later.